In life, there is a profound dance between appearance and effort. To win at anything, you must first act like a winner, as though the universe has already crowned you with success. This isn't arrogance, it's a quiet assurance that tells the world you belong to a higher plane of potential. To truly embody the mindset of victory, one must first understand that success is not merely an external achievement, but an internal state of being. It begins in the mind long before it manifests in reality. Victory, at its core, is a mental construct of belief that you are destined to overcome challenges and rise above circumstances. It is not something you wait for, it is something you cultivate within yourself, regardless of the obstacles in your path. The mindset of victory is rooted in self-belief. It is the unwavering conviction that no matter how daunting the journey or how steep the climb, you are equipped to persevere. This belief is not contingent upon external validation or temporary success. It is a deeper knowing, an inner voice that reassures you in moments of doubt. This voice does not scream, it whispers with quiet confidence, urging you to take another step, make another attempt, and keep moving forward. To think like a winner, one must let go of self-imposed limitations. The barriers we face are often a reflection of the narratives we tell ourselves. If you constantly dwell on what could go wrong, or why you might fail, you unconsciously sabotage your efforts. But when you shift your perspective and focus on possibilities instead of limitations, the entire landscape of your journey transforms. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and your resilience strengthens in the face of adversity. Winners understand the power of visualization. They see their success vividly before it arrives. This is not wishful thinking or idle daydreaming. It is an active process of aligning your mind with your goals. When you visualize your success, you program your mind to seek solutions, opportunities, and pathways to achieve it. This mental clarity sharpens your focus, making you more intentional in your actions. Your thoughts and energy become aligned, creating a momentum that propels you closer to your aspirations. Equally important is the ability to embrace discomfort. The mindset of victory does not avoid struggle, it leans into it. Challenges and failures are not signs of weakness or inadequacy, they are the necessary friction that shapes greatness. A winner understands that growth is forged in the fires of adversity. Each setback becomes a stepping stone, each hardship a lesson that refines character and hones skill. This perspective transforms failure from a source of despair into a catalyst for progress. The mindset of victory requires discipline, a consistency that does not waver even in the absence of immediate results. Winners do not depend on fleeting motivation, they rely on deeply ingrained habits. Discipline becomes the bridge between ambition and achievement, ensuring that effort continues regardless of mood or circumstance. This discipline extends to thoughts as well. Winners guard their minds against negativity and doubt, cultivating an inner dialogue that reinforces their belief in eventual success. Another critical element is adaptability. A rigid mind cannot withstand the unpredictability of life. Winners remain flexible, adjusting their strategies and approaches when faced with unforeseen challenges. They do not cling to outdated methods or fear change. Instead, they see adaptability as a strength. This openness allows them to navigate uncertainty with grace and turn unexpected circumstances to their advantage. The mindset of victory is about embodying the identity of a winner even before the world acknowledges it. It is walking with the posture of confidence, speaking with the tone of assurance, and acting with the decisiveness of someone who knows their worth. This mindset is not arrogant or boastful, it is grounded in self-awareness and a deep understanding of one's potential. It is the quiet, unshakable belief that no matter how long the road or how steep the climb, success is inevitable. In the realm of the mind, victory is claimed long before it is visible to others. It is a state of being that shapes your actions, decisions, and interactions with the world. When you think like a winner, you attract the circumstances and opportunities that align with your vision. Victory is not a destination, it is the mindset that ensures you arrive there, ready to claim what is already yours in spirit. Confidence and arrogance are often mistaken for one another, yet they originate from entirely different places within a person. Confidence is a quiet strength, a grounded belief in oneself that neither demands validation nor seeks to diminish others. Arrogance, by contrast, is a loud and hollow projection of superiority, often born from insecurity or the need to mask feelings of inadequacy. While they may appear similar on the surface, their roots and effects are worlds apart. Confidence is an inner knowing. It arises from genuine self-awareness, a recognition of one's abilities, limitations, and worth. A confident person does not need to boast or seek approval. Their actions and demeanor naturally reflect their belief in themselves. This belief is built over time, often through experience, learning, and resilience. It is a state of balance. A person who is confident knows they have something valuable to offer, but does not feel the need to constantly assert it. They are comfortable in their skin, which makes them approachable and inspiring to others. Arrogance, on the other hand, is a performance. It is the attempt to create an illusion of superiority, often at the expense of others. Where confidence is rooted in self-assurance, arrogance is driven by comparison. The arrogant person's sense of worth relies on feeling better than those around them. This need to dominate or outshine others often stems from insecurity, a fear that without this veneer of superiority they might be exposed as less capable or less deserving. Instead of inspiring respect, arrogance tends to alienate and breed resentment. One of the clearest distinctions between the two lies in how each interacts with others. A confident person uplifts those around them. Their belief in themselves is so stable that they have no fear of celebrating the achievements of others. They are secure enough to listen, collaborate, and even admit when they are wrong. Confidence fosters connection because it is free from ego-driven competition. In contrast, an arrogant person often feels threatened by the success or abilities of others. Instead of collaboration, they choose to compete unnecessarily, often belittling or dismissing others to maintain the illusion of superiority. Confidence is also deeply tied to humility. True confidence recognizes that no one knows everything and that there is always room for growth. This humility keeps the confident person grounded, open to learning, and willing to seek advice or feedback. Arrogance, however, resists humility. It rejects the idea of imperfection or the possibility of being wrong. To the arrogant individual, admitting a mistake feels like losing ground, so they often double down on their errors rather than learn from them. This resistance to growth eventually limits their potential, as they close themselves off from the insights and experiences that could help them improve. Another distinction lies in how each handles failure. A confident person sees failure as a natural part of growth. They do not let setbacks define them. Instead, they view them as opportunities to learn and refine their approach. This resilience is what allows confidence to endure even in challenging times. On the other hand, arrogance tends to crumble in the face of failure. Because an arrogant person's self-worth is so tied to the appearance of superiority, any failure threatens to shatter the illusion they've worked so hard to maintain. Instead of confronting their shortcomings, they may deflect blame, make excuses, or avoid situations where they might fail again. Confidence is magnetic, while arrogance repels. People are drawn to confidence because it exudes authenticity and strength. It creates an atmosphere of trust and respect, encouraging others to believe not only in the confident person but also in themselves. Arrogance, however, has the opposite effect. It creates tension, distrust, and often animosity. People sense the insecurity behind the facade and are wary of engaging with someone who prioritizes their own image over genuine connection. At its heart, confidence is about mastery of oneself, one's abilities, and one's emotions. It is built on a foundation of self-respect and integrity. Arrogance, on the other hand, is about control, the desire to control how others perceive you, often by exaggerating strengths or concealing weaknesses. The difference may be subtle at first glance, but over time it becomes glaringly obvious. Where confidence builds bridges, arrogance burns them. Where confidence creates stability, arrogance fosters fragility. And where confidence leads to true growth, arrogance traps one in a cycle of superficiality and self-deception. A work ethic that goes beyond limits is the cornerstone of extraordinary success. It is a commitment to excellence that transcends comfort, convenience, and even the expectations of others. It is the quiet but relentless drive to push boundaries, overcome obstacles, and strive for mastery in every endeavor. This kind of work ethic is not built on occasional bursts of effort, but on consistent, disciplined action that transforms potential into tangible results. To cultivate such a work ethic, one must first understand that effort is the bridge between aspiration and achievement. Dreams and ambitions are abundant, but the ability to translate them into reality lies in the willingness to put in the work. This effort often demands more than what feels reasonable, more than what seems fair, and certainly more than what is comfortable. It requires a willingness to dive into the depths of focus and discipline, even when the rewards are distant and uncertain. Discipline is the foundation of an exceptional work ethic. It is not about working tirelessly without purpose, but about maintaining consistency and focus, even when motivation wanes. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes with the tides of emotion. Discipline, however, is steadfast. It carries you forward on the days when enthusiasm is absent and the work feels monotonous or overwhelming. It ensures that progress continues, even in the absence of immediate gratification. This level of effort also demands an intimate relationship with discomfort. Growth and achievement are not found in the realm of ease, they reside in the spaces where challenges push you to your limits and beyond. Those with a work ethic beyond limits embrace discomfort as a necessary part of their journey. They understand that each moment spent pushing through difficulty is a moment that sharpens their skills, strengthens their resolve, and brings them closer to their goals. Another critical aspect of an extraordinary work ethic is attention to detail. It is not enough to simply work hard, one must work with precision and purpose. The willingness to refine, revise, and revisit your work until it reaches the highest standard is what sets the truly exceptional apart from the merely competent. This level of care requires patience and humility, as it often involves acknowledging flaws and putting in the effort to address them. The mindset behind such a work ethic is not about seeking shortcuts or rushing to the finish line. Instead, it is about respecting the process and understanding that mastery takes time. The journey to greatness is not linear, it is filled with detours, setbacks, and moments of doubt. A work ethic beyond limits accepts these challenges as part of the path, approaching each obstacle with resilience and determination. It views failure not as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone toward improvement. Time management also plays a vital role in cultivating this kind of work ethic. Those who achieve extraordinary results do not simply work harder, they work smarter. They prioritize their tasks, focus their energy on what truly matters, and eliminate distractions that hinder progress. This intentional approach ensures that every moment of effort is directed toward meaningful outcomes, maximizing the impact of their work. The ability to sustain a work ethic beyond limits also depends on finding a deep sense of purpose. Purpose is the fuel that keeps the fire burning, even when the journey becomes arduous. When you are deeply connected to the why, behind your efforts, the challenges along the way become more bearable, and the sacrifices feel worthwhile. Purpose infuses every task with meaning, turning even the most mundane responsibilities into steps toward a greater vision. A work ethic that knows no bounds also requires adaptability. The pursuit of excellence often involves navigating change and uncertainty. Those who thrive in this environment are flexible, willing to adjust their strategies without compromising their commitment to the ultimate goal. They recognize that rigidity is the enemy of progress and that the ability to pivot is essential for overcoming unforeseen challenges. A work ethic beyond limits is about showing up every day with the intent to give your best, regardless of circumstances. It is a quiet but unyielding commitment to growth, resilience, and excellence of force that transforms effort into achievement and dreams into reality. The illusion of effortlessness is a fascinating paradox in the pursuit of excellence. It is the perception that greatness comes naturally, as if success were a smooth journey unburdened by struggle or toil. This illusion captivates us, inspiring admiration and envy, yet it often masks the reality of extraordinary effort, sacrifice, and discipline. To understand the illusion of effortlessness, one must look beyond appearances and delve into the hidden layers of preparation, perseverance, and mastery that bring it to life. At its essence, the illusion of effortlessness arises when mastery reaches a point where complexity appears simple. Whether in art, athletics, leadership, or any form of human endeavor, those who excel at the highest levels often make their craft look deceptively easy. Their movements are fluid, their decisions precise, and their results seemingly inevitable. Yet what appears as ease is the culmination of countless hours of practice, failure, and refinement. It is not the absence of effort, but the mastery of it and ability to integrate skill so deeply that it becomes second nature. The journey to this level of mastery is anything but effortless. It begins with deliberate practice, a focused and intentional effort to improve, often in areas that are the most uncomfortable or challenging. This process demands a relentless pursuit of improvement, breaking down complex tasks into manageable parts and refining each element until it becomes intuitive. The repetition is grueling, requiring both patience and resilience, as progress is often slow and difficult to measure. Over time, these small increments of improvement accumulate, transforming the once difficult into something that feels almost automatic. This transformation is not solely about physical or technical skills, it is equally about mental conditioning. Those who project the illusion of effortlessness have trained their minds to remain calm under pressure, to focus on the present moment, and to trust in their preparation. This mental clarity allows them to execute with precision, even in high-stakes or chaotic situations. The appearance of ease stems from their ability to tune out distractions and maintain composure, creating an aura of control and confidence. Another critical aspect of the illusion lies in the ability to recover gracefully from mistakes. Perfection is a myth, even for the most accomplished individuals. What sets them apart is not the absence of error, but their ability to respond to it seamlessly. They adapt and correct with such fluidity that the mistake often goes unnoticed, preserving the impression of flawlessness. This adaptability is born from experience and a deep understanding of their craft, enabling them to navigate challenges with poise. The illusion of effortlessness also depends on humility, though this may seem counterintuitive. True mastery does not seek to flaunt its effort. Instead, it focuses on the craft itself, allowing the work to speak for itself. Those who achieve this level of excellence often downplay the effort involved, not out of false modesty, but because they understand that the result matters more than the struggle. Their humility enhances the illusion, as they neither seek credit for their hard work nor call attention to the sacrifices they have made. It is important to recognize that the illusion of effortlessness can inspire both admiration and misunderstanding. For some, it becomes a source of motivation, a glimpse of what is possible through dedication and perseverance. For others, it creates a false narrative that talent alone is sufficient, or that success should come easily. This misunderstanding can lead to frustration and disillusionment when faced with the reality of hard work. The truth is that behind every effortless performance lies a story of persistence, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. The illusion of effortlessness also serves as a reminder of the power of refinement. It is not about doing everything, but about doing the right things with precision and purpose. Those who embody this illusion have stripped away the unnecessary, focusing only on what truly matters. This economy of effort creates a sense of ease, as each action is purposeful and efficient. It is a testament to the value of simplicity, where complexity is mastered to the point of becoming invisible. The illusion of effortlessness is a celebration of mastery. It is a testament to the human capacity for growth, the ability to transform effort into elegance, and the pursuit of excellence that transcends struggle. While it may appear as though success comes naturally to those who embody this illusion, the truth lies in the unseen, the hours of practice, the failures endured, and the unwavering dedication to the craft. It is a powerful reminder that what looks effortless is often the result of extraordinary effort, hidden beneath the surface but integral to the beauty and grace we admire. And to align action with ambition is to bridge the gap between what we aspire to achieve and what we actively do to bring those aspirations to life. Ambition is the spark, the vision of something greater, while action is the engine that drives progress. Without action, ambition remains a fleeting dream. Without ambition, action lacks direction and purpose. The harmony between the two is what transforms potential into achievement, creating a life that is both meaningful and impactful. As ambition begins as an idea, a goal that resonates deeply within us. It might be the desire to excel in a chosen field, to create something extraordinary, or to make a difference in the world. These aspirations are powerful, but they are not self-fulfilling. They require a deliberate effort to turn thoughts into reality, and this effort begins with clarity. To align action with ambition, one must first understand the true nature of the goal. What does it look like? Why does it matter? What are the specific steps needed to achieve it? Clarity acts as a compass, guiding decisions and actions toward the desired outcome. Once clarity is established, the next essential element is commitment. Ambition often inspires grand visions, but the path to realizing them is rarely straightforward. It requires unwavering dedication, a willingness to persist even when progress feels slow or the challenges seem insurmountable. This commitment is not a one-time decision, but a daily practice. Each choice, each task, each moment of effort contributes to the larger picture. Commitment means showing up consistently, regardless of external circumstances or fleeting emotions. Another critical aspect of aligning action with ambition is prioritization. Not all tasks carry the same weight, and not all efforts lead to meaningful progress. Those who achieve great things are not necessarily the busiest, but the most focused. They identify the actions that have the greatest impact and devote their energy to these priorities. This requires discernment and discipline, the ability to say no to distractions and yes to what truly matters. It is about working smarter, not just harder, channeling effort where it counts most. The process of aligning action with ambition also demands adaptability. Goals evolve, circumstances change, and obstacles arise. The ability to adjust one's approach without losing sight of the overarching vision is crucial. Adaptability does not mean abandoning ambition, it means finding new paths to achieve it when the original route becomes untenable. This flexibility is a strength, allowing for creative problem solving and resilience in the face of setbacks. Patience is another essential virtue in this alignment. Ambition often sets sights on outcomes that require time to unfold. The temptation to rush or seek shortcuts can derail progress and lead to disillusionment. True alignment respects the natural pace of growth, understanding that each step forward builds a stronger foundation for lasting success. Patience is not passive, it is active endurance, a steady commitment to the process even when results are not immediate. Self-discipline plays a pivotal role in bridging ambition and action. It is the internal force that keeps one aligned with their goals even when distractions or doubts arise. Discipline turns aspirations into habits, embedding purposeful action into daily routines. It replaces fleeting motivation with a steady drive, ensuring that progress continues regardless of external circumstances. Discipline is not about rigidity, but about intentionality, the conscious choice to act in ways that serve the ambition. Another important factor is accountability. Ambition thrives when paired with a sense of responsibility for one's actions and outcomes. This accountability can be internal, a personal commitment to honor one's word and effort. It can also be external, involving mentors, peers, or trusted individuals who provide support and honest feedback. Accountability keeps one grounded, ensuring that actions remain aligned with the larger vision, and that progress is measured and celebrated along the way. Finally, aligning action with ambition requires perseverance. The journey toward significant goals is rarely smooth or easy. It is marked by setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. Perseverance is the ability to push through these difficulties, to keep going even when the path seems uncertain. It is fueled by a deep belief in the value of the goal and the knowledge that effort and persistence will ultimately lead to success. The alignment of action with ambition is not a single decision, but a continuous process. It is the daily practice of turning intention into reality, the steady effort to bridge dreams and deeds. It is about living with purpose, ensuring that every step taken moves closer to the vision of what could be. When action and ambition are in harmony, life becomes a powerful expression of potential fulfilled and dreams realized. To control your narrative is to take ownership of how you define yourself, how you respond to the world, and how you shape the story of your life. It is a declaration of autonomy, a commitment to being the author of your own journey, rather than a passive character in someone else's story. The narrative of your life is not just the events that unfold, but the meaning you assign to them and the actions you take in response. When you control your narrative, you reclaim the power to shape your identity, your purpose, and your legacy. This begins with self-awareness. To control your narrative, you must first understand who you are and who you aspire to become. This requires honest reflection, a willingness to confront your strengths and weaknesses, your fears and desires. It means asking yourself what truly matters, what values guide you, and what vision you have for your life. Without this clarity, your narrative risks being shaped by external influences, by the expectations of others, by fleeting circumstances, or by the opinions of those who do not understand your path. Self-awareness anchors you, giving you the foundation to build a narrative that is authentic and purposeful. Taking control of your narrative also demands that you embrace responsibility. Life is filled with challenges and uncertainties, and it is easy to fall into the trap of blaming external forces for your circumstances. However, true empowerment comes when you take ownership of your choices and actions. Even in situations where you cannot control the outcome, you can control your response. This is the essence of reclaiming your narrative, choosing how to interpret events, how to learn from setbacks, and how to move forward with intention. Responsibility is not about burdening yourself with guilt, but about recognizing your agency in shaping your story. Another essential aspect of controlling your narrative is the power of intention. Your life story is written not just by the big decisions, but by the small, everyday choices that reflect your values and priorities. Intention brings focus and clarity to these choices, ensuring that they align with the person you wish to become. It is about living deliberately, making decisions that serve your goals and values, rather than reacting impulsively to external pressures. Intention infuses meaning into your actions, turning even mundane tasks into steps toward a greater vision. Controlling your narrative also requires resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will inevitably arise that threaten to derail your progress or shake your confidence. Resilience is the ability to adapt, to recover, and to keep moving forward despite setbacks. It is the recognition that your narrative is not defined by the obstacles you face, but by how you respond to them. Every difficulty is an opportunity to demonstrate courage, to learn, and to grow. Resilience transforms adversity into a powerful chapter in your story, one that highlights your strength and determination. Perspective plays a crucial role in this process. The way you frame your experiences shapes the narrative you create. Events themselves are neutral. It is the meaning you assign to them that determines their impact. A failure can be a symbol of inadequacy or a lesson in perseverance. A challenge can be a source of frustration or a chance to prove your resilience. By choosing a perspective that empowers you, you take control of your narrative, turning even the most difficult moments into stepping stones toward your aspirations. To control your narrative, you must also learn to silence the noise of external judgment. The world is filled with voices that seek to define who you should be, how you should act, and what you should value. While feedback and guidance can be valuable, they should never override your inner truth. Controlling your narrative means prioritizing your own voice, trusting your instincts, and staying true to your vision, even when it goes against the grain. It is about defining success on your own terms, not by the standards imposed by others. Adaptability is another vital element. Your narrative is not static, it evolves as you grow, as circumstances change, and as new opportunities emerge. Controlling your narrative means being open to revising it when necessary, not out of uncertainty, but out of a commitment to authenticity. It is the willingness to let go of chapters that no longer serve you and to embrace new directions that align with your evolving self. Controlling your narrative is about living with intention, responsibility, and resilience. It is about shaping your life into a story that reflects your deepest values and aspirations, one that you can look back on with pride and fulfillment. It is a process of continual growth, a journey of becoming, and a declaration that your life will be defined not by circumstances, but by the choices you make. Resilience in failure is a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure, adapt, and thrive even in the face of adversity. Failure is an inevitable part of life, a natural consequence of striving for growth, achievement, and innovation. Yet what defines us is not the failure itself, but how we respond to it. Resilience is the bridge between falling short and rising stronger, a quality that transforms setbacks into opportunities for learning and growth. It is not a denial of pain or disappointment, but an embrace of the challenges as essential elements of progress. Failure often feels personal and permanent in the moment, as though it reflects an unchangeable flaw or limitation. However, resilience begins with recognizing that failure is not the end of the journey, but a step along the way. It is an event, not an identity, and its significance lies in how we choose to interpret and respond to it. Resilient individuals understand that failure is a teacher, one that provides valuable lessons about effort, strategy, and the need for adjustment. Instead of being paralyzed by setbacks, they analyze their experiences, seeking insight into what went wrong and how to move forward more effectively. Resilience also involves a shift in mindset. Those who cultivate this quality view failure not as something to be feared, but as an inevitable part of striving for something worthwhile. This mindset allows them to take risks, to stretch beyond their comfort zones, and to pursue goals with courage and determination. They see failure as feedback rather than as a verdict on their worth or potential. By embracing this perspective, they unlock their capacity to persevere, even when success feels distant or uncertain. A critical aspect of resilience in failure is emotional regulation. Failure often triggers feelings of frustration, disappointment, or self-doubt, emotions that can cloud judgment and hinder progress if left unchecked. Resilient individuals acknowledge these emotions without allowing them to dominate. They practice self-compassion, recognizing that imperfection is a shared human experience, and they cultivate a sense of hope and optimism about the future. Emotional resilience does not mean suppressing feelings, but rather managing them in a way that enables constructive action. Resilience also relies on adaptability. Failure often signals the need for change, whether in approach, perspective, or expectations. Those who are resilient are willing to let go of strategies that no longer serve them and to explore new paths forward. This adaptability requires an open mind and a willingness to learn, as well as the humility to accept that initial efforts may fall short. By remaining flexible and curious, resilient individuals transform failure into a stepping stone, continuously refining their methods and expanding their understanding. Another key element of resilience is perseverance. Failure can be disheartening, but it is the commitment to keep moving forward, no matter how slowly, that ultimately leads to success. Resilient individuals draw strength from their long-term vision, using it as a source of motivation during difficult times. They understand that progress is rarely linear, and that setbacks are part of the process. Perseverance means showing up even when the odds seem unfavorable, trusting that consistent effort will yield results over time. Resilience in failure is also deeply connected to the stories we tell ourselves. The narrative we create about failure shapes our response to it. If we view failure as evidence of inadequacy, we may retreat and give up. But if we see it as an opportunity for growth, we are more likely to rise and try again. Resilient individuals consciously craft empowering narratives, framing failure as a challenge to overcome, rather than as a barrier to success. These stories fuel their determination and inspire them to persist in the face of adversity. Resilience is further strengthened by a sense of purpose. When failure strikes, it is purpose that provides the motivation to continue. A clear sense of why one is pursuing a goal can sustain effort even when progress feels elusive. Purpose anchors resilience, reminding us that the journey is worthwhile and that each setback brings us closer to the ultimate destination. Resilience in failure is not about avoiding difficulties or minimizing the pain of setbacks. It is about embracing the full spectrum of experience, acknowledging the struggle, and using it as a catalyst for growth. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to confront challenges head-on. Resilience transforms failure from a source of defeat into a powerful force for self-discovery and progress. It is a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we have the capacity to rise, to learn, and to continue moving forward toward a brighter future. To embrace the beast within is to awaken the primal force that lies dormant in all of us, a force of unrelenting determination, raw strength, and untamed drive. This is not about succumbing to chaos or aggression, but about recognizing and harnessing the intensity that can propel us toward greatness. The beast within represents our capacity to overcome fear, shatter limitations, and tap into a deeper reservoir of power that exists beyond the constraints of doubt and hesitation. At its core, embracing the beast within requires a shift in mindset. It begins with a willingness to confront the truth about ourselves, the strengths we possess, the weaknesses we hide from, and the potential we often underestimate. The beast is not something external, it is an intrinsic part of who we are, waiting to be unleashed when we stop holding back. It calls for courage, not only to face challenges, but to face ourselves, acknowledging the aspects of our character that we have suppressed out of fear of failure or rejection. To awaken this inner force, we must first break free from the self-imposed barriers that limit us. These barriers are often built from years of conditioning, where we are taught to play it safe, to avoid risks, and to settle for what feels comfortable. The beast within does not operate within these confines. It thrives in discomfort, in pushing beyond what is easy or familiar. It challenges us to step into the unknown, to take risks that test our resilience and expand our capabilities. Each time we push past a boundary, we grow stronger, feeding the beast and deepening our connection to its power. The beast within is also fueled by passion and purpose. It is not driven by aimless aggression or blind ambition, but by a deep sense of why we do what we do. When we connect with our purpose, the beast emerges as a force of focus and intensity, channeling its energy toward meaningful pursuits. This alignment between passion and action creates momentum, allowing us to tackle even the most daunting obstacles with unwavering resolve. The beast thrives when it has a direction, a goal that ignites our spirit and demands our full engagement. Discipline is another key to embracing the beast within. Raw energy without control can lead to chaos, but when paired with discipline, it becomes a tool of immense power. Discipline is what refines the beast, turning its untamed strength into purposeful action. It is the commitment to show up every day, to put in the work even when motivation wanes, and to remain focused on the bigger picture. Discipline tempers the beast, ensuring that its force is directed constructively rather than destructively. That to embrace the beast within also means accepting the struggle as part of the journey. The beast does not shy away from adversity, it thrives in it. Challenges are not seen as obstacles, but as opportunities to prove its strength and to grow stronger. Each setback becomes a test of endurance, each failure a lesson in perseverance. The beast within thrives on the fight, on the effort it takes to rise after falling, and on the knowledge that true growth is forged in the fires of difficulty. By embracing this mindset, we transform hardship into fuel for our journey. The beast within is also a symbol of authenticity. It is the raw, unfiltered essence of who we are, unburdened by pretenses or the need to conform. Embracing it requires that we let go of the masks we wear to fit in or to please others. It demands that we stand unapologetically in our truth, embracing both our strengths and our imperfections. This authenticity is liberating, allowing us to operate from a place of integrity and self-assurance. The beast within does not seek validation, it knows its worth and moves forward with confidence and clarity. To awaken the beast within is to commit to constant evolution. The beast is never satisfied with stagnation or mediocrity. It craves growth, progress, and the challenge of becoming better than we were yesterday. This relentless pursuit of self-improvement keeps us sharp, focused, and driven. It reminds us that the journey is never over, that there is always more to learn, achieve, and experience. The beast within is not static, it evolves with us, growing stronger as we grow bolder. Embracing the beast within is not about becoming something we are not, it is about fully realizing who we already are. It is a call to rise above fear, to harness our inner strength, and to live with purpose, passion, and authenticity. The beast within is a reminder that we are capable of far more than we often allow ourselves to believe, and that by unleashing this force we can break through barriers and achieve greatness beyond our wildest imagination. In embracing the beast within, we tap into a wellspring of strength, resilience, and authenticity that propels us toward our highest potential. This inner force is not merely about raw power, it is about channeling that energy into purposeful action, cultivating discipline, and facing challenges with unwavering resolve. By acknowledging the struggles and failures along our journey as integral components of growth, we transform adversity into fuel for our aspirations. As we awaken this primal spirit, we move beyond self-imposed limitations, connecting with our true passions and purpose. Authenticity becomes our guiding principle, empowering us to stand confidently in our truth, unencumbered by the need for external validation. Embracing the beast within is a commitment to continuous evolution, a promise to ourselves to strive for greatness, and a recognition that our potential is limitless. The journey of embracing the beast within is an invitation to rise, to unleash our power, and to live boldly and authentically. It is a call to action, encouraging us to harness our inner strength, face challenges head-on, and become the authors of our own extraordinary narratives. By embracing this force, we unlock the path to not only achieving our dreams, but also inspiring others to do the same.